Imagine a vast and diverse land, stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific and reaching into the Arctic. Welcome to Canada, the world's second-largest country. Covering 9,984,671 square kilometers, it's rich in geography, climate, and resources. Canada sits in North America, sharing its border with the United States and Alaska. With a staggering 243,042 kilometers of coastline, it hosts the world's longest land border and boasts breathtaking natural wonders. Let's explore Canada's unique features. The highest point is Mount Logan, soaring 5,959 meters high. Conversely, the Atlantic Ocean represents its lowest point, at sea level. Canada's longest river is the Mackenzie River, which winds its way for 4,241 kilometers. The landscape varies significantly from region to region. The Canadian Shield features ancient rock and boreal forests, while the coastal mountains of British Columbia host stunning fjords and alpine lakes. The Arctic is dominated by ice and tundra, showcasing a breathtaking yet harsh environment. Canada's incredible natural resources include iron ore, gold, timber, and fish. It has the largest share of freshwater lakes in the world. However, with such abundance comes challenges. Environmental issues like air and water pollution and climate change are impacting wildlife and human life alike. Now, let's dive into some regions. The prairie provinces, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, are known for their agricultural contributions, producing crops like wheat and barley. Meanwhile, the Great Lakes St. Lawrence lowlands are highly urbanized, serving as cultural and economic hubs. The Appalachian region showcases a remarkable array of ecosystems, rich in flora and fauna. The Hudson Bay lowlands, filled with wetlands, provide a crucial habitat for migratory birds and other wildlife. As we consider Canada's climate, we see contrasts. The prairies experience harsh winters, while coastal British Columbia enjoys milder, wetter conditions. This variation is crucial for sustaining Canada's diverse ecosystems. It's essential to protect these natural regions. Approximately 12% of Canada's land is designated as protected, ensuring wildlife can thrive. Sustaining biodiversity is vital, as more than 800 species are currently at risk. Indeed, Canada's geography is not only a backdrop but a living entity, shaping its people, culture, and economy. To better understand this beautiful country, explore the regions, appreciate the resources, and be aware of the environmental issues. Canada's future relies on the balance of development and conservation. So, let's take action, support local initiatives and educate others about this vast and precious land. The province of Canada was a British colony that existed from 1841 to 1867. Understanding its history helps us grasp the roots of modern Canada. In 1840, the Act of Union merged Upper and Lower Canada. This was necessary due to Upper Canada's financial struggles and the need for stable revenue. It created one legislature with two houses, the Legislative Council and the Legislative Assembly. Initially, the system was autocratic. The Governor-General held power, while elected officials had limited influence. However, in 1848, responsible government was established. This allowed the elected cabinet to govern. The Premier became the head of the government. During its existence, the capital shifted frequently. Kingston, Montreal, Toronto, Quebec City, and Ottawa all served at various times. This instability reflected political struggles. A key challenge was balancing English and French interests. The bilingual nature of the province led to tension. The French-speaking population sought fair representation, while English voters often opposed it. Political parties began forming. The Reform Association sought democratic reforms. The Parti Rouge and the Clear Grits advocated for rights important to their communities. They pushed for responsible government and championed universal male suffrage. The Liberal Conservative Party emerged in 1854. It united moderate reformers and conservatives to promote a stable government. They worked to address the grievances of different populations. The province's economic policies also shaped its future. Treaties, like the Elgin-Marcy Treaty in 1854, promoted trade by eliminating tariffs. This cooperation was essential for the British colony's growth. Education reforms occurred, too. The province established public schools under Egerton Ryerson, promoting accessibility. The French language was reinstated, and civil rights were expanded for the French-speaking population. On July 1, 1867, the province of Canada ceased to exist, dividing into Ontario and Quebec. This marked the beginning of the Canadian Confederation, blending diverse interests into a unified nation. In summary, the province of Canada was a critical phase in Canadian history, showcasing the struggle for representation and responsible government. Understanding these events allows us to appreciate Canada's evolution. Did you know that the Anglican Church of Canada has distinct ecclesiastical provinces? One of these is the Ecclesiastical Province of Canada, founded in 1860. This province plays a crucial role in the Church's structure in Canada. The Ecclesiastical Province of Canada covers southern and eastern Quebec, the Maritimes, and Newfoundland and Labrador. It originally included Upper Canada, now Ontario, until 1911 when it was separated into the Ecclesiastical Province of Ontario. This province is made up of 7 dioceses. They are: Montreal, located in Quebec; Quebec, covering Lower Canada's borders; Fredericton in New Brunswick; Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island; 3 diocese regions of Newfoundland and Labrador: Western Newfoundland, Central Newfoundland, and Eastern Newfoundland and Labrador. Each province in the Anglican Church is led by a metropolitan. This person is elected from among the diocesan bishops. Once elected, they become an archbishop in their diocese as well as the metropolitan of the province. Currently, David Edwards, Bishop of Fredericton, serves as the Metropolitan of the Province of Canada since 2020. From 1861 to 1870, the Bishop of Montreal held the position of Metropolitan over 4 dioceses. The province expanded in the years 1870 and 1871 to include New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. After 1878, the role of Metropolitan became elected from the diocesan bishops. Here's a quick look at the Metropolitans of Canada throughout history. The first was Francis Fulford, Bishop of Montreal from 1861 to 1868. Subsequent leaders include notable figures like William Bond, Archbishop of Montreal, who served from 1901 to 1906 and was Primate of all Canada during his term. Over the years, Metropolitans such as John Richardson, John Hackenley, and Philip Carrington contributed to the growth and structuring of the church community. Fast forward to recent history, David Edwards, elected in 2020, now leads, continuing the legacy of guiding the church province. This ecclesiastical province is key in maintaining the Anglican Church's presence and organization in Canada. To summarize, the Ecclesiastical Province of Canada, rich in history and leadership, serves a vital role in the Anglican Church of Canada. Each metropolitan, elected from the ranks of diocesan bishops, helps navigate the church community and its activities. Canada is the world's second-largest country in area, after Russia, with over 3.8 million square miles, almost 10 million square kilometers. It consists of 10 provinces and 3 territories that vary greatly in size. The combination of vast area and discontinuous settlement has led to a strong sense of regionalism in Canada, and popular regional terms often overlap. The Atlantic provinces include all of the Appalachian region except for Quebec. If Newfoundland and Labrador is excluded, the 3 remaining East Coast provinces are called the Maritime Provinces or the Maritimes. Quebec and Ontario are usually referred to separately, but sometimes together, as Canada Central. The West usually refers to the 4 provinces west of Ontario, but British Columbia may be referred to individually and the other 3 collectively as the Prairie Provinces or the Prairies. Yukon, the Northwest Territories, and Nunavut are referred to as the North. Alberta is one of Canada's 13 provinces. It ranks 6th in area, covering over 661,000 square kilometers. The province is primarily land, with only about 3% water. Alberta shares borders with Montana, British Columbia, Saskatchewan, and the Northwest Territories. Nestled among the Canadian Rockies, Alberta has its highest point at Mount Columbia, reaching 3,747 meters. Conversely, the lowest point is the Slave River at 210 meters. The massive Athabasca River, spanning 1,231 kilometers, is Alberta's longest river, while Lake Athabasca is the largest lake in the province. Alberta's landscape is shaped by glaciation that occurred thousands of years ago. In the southern regions, mainly treeless plains dominate. As we head west, forests appear along the Rocky Mountain foothills. Northern Alberta returns to vast forests, highlighting the province's ecological diversity. In Alberta, agriculture thrives in the fertile soil of the prairies, notably supported by irrigation. This region nurtures crops and large herds of cattle. Meanwhile, the northern landscape is rich in oil reserves, especially within the Athabasca oil sands. When you look at Alberta from afar, the Canadian Rockies create a stunning backdrop. With peaks exceeding 3,000 meters, they provide breathtaking views. Notable peaks include Mount Alberta, Mount Temple, and Mount Brazeau. Alberta's passes, such as Crow's Nest Pass and Kicking Horse Pass, are crucial historical routes, allowing for transportation and access across the mountains. The climate in Alberta varies greatly, influenced by its vast geography. The southern regions experience semi-arid conditions with warm summer temperatures but cold winters. The central area is a dry continental climate, while the northern region tends to be colder, characterized by a subarctic climate. Intriguingly, Alberta can see the highest temperature variability globally during winter months. Precipitation levels across Alberta differ. Southern Alberta often sees less rainfall, while the northern part receives more precipitation. Areas like Cypress Hills experience snow and milder winters due to Chinook winds. Alberta's ecosystem ranges from prairie grasslands to boreal forests, including ecozones recognized by environmental agencies. This ecological diversity supports various wildlife and plant species. In summary, Alberta's vast geography offers rich farming lands, snowy mountains, and unique climatic conditions. From its fertile southern plains to its rugged mountainous regions, the province's natural wonders are manifold. Have you ever wondered about the stunning landscape of British Columbia? Get ready to dive into the diverse geography of this Canadian province. British Columbia, located in Western Canada, is bordered by the Pacific Ocean and covers an impressive area of 944,735 square kilometers. This makes it the third largest province in Canada. To put this into perspective, it's almost 4 times the size of the United Kingdom. The province's borders are a mix of natural features and drawn lines. Alaska meets the northwest, while Yukon and the Northwest Territories lie to the north. To the east, you find Alberta, and to the south, Washington, Idaho, and Montana. British Columbia boasts a mountainous terrain, dominated by the Coast, Casher, and Columbia Mountains. Mount Fairweather stands as the highest peak, soaring at 4,663 meters. The Pacific Ocean serves as the lowest point, resting at sea level. One of the most significant rivers, the Fraser River, stretches 1,368 kilometers, with Williston Lake being its largest at 1,761 square kilometers. The province's geography is divided into 3 main regions: the interior, the coast, and the lower mainland, though the lower mainland is technically part of the coast. These regions consist of overlapping cultural and geographical areas, such as the Kootenays and Okanagan. Vancouver Island and the Haida Gwaii are also notable areas within these divisions. British Columbia's landscapes offer a myriad of breathtaking scenery. The Canadian Rockies, Coast Mountains, and Inside Passage are just a few examples, attracting outdoor enthusiasts and eco-tourists. In the southwestern corner, the lower Fraser Valley is home to fertile lands. Here, places like Penticton enjoy some of the warmest summer climates in Canada. Comparatively, Vancouver Island is lush with temperate rainforests. The province is also characterized by diverse ecosystems. The mountains and plateaus of the interior consist of various subranges, while the coastal region features the unique ecology of temperate rainforests and fjords. With a rich array of volcanic activity, British Columbia is situated in the Pacific Ring of Fire. Various dormant volcanoes dot the landscape, remnants of different geological eras. Hydroelectric resources are another significant aspect of British Columbia's geography, with major rivers such as the Fraser, Skeena, and Stikine sustaining vibrant ecosystems, including salmon runs. The climate can vary greatly across regions. Coastal areas witness a mild, rainy oceanic climate, while the interior valleys may experience semi-arid conditions with less than 300 millimeters of annual precipitation. The complexity of British Columbia extends to its protected areas. With numerous parks, including national parks, ecological reserves, and cultural sites, about 12.5% of the province is protected. In summary, British Columbia's geography is a spectacular showcase of natural beauty, mountain ranges, diverse ecosystems, and rich resources. This province continues to fascinate residents and visitors alike, encouraging exploration and appreciation of its vast landscape. Welcome to this exploration of Manitoba's geography. This Canadian province showcases an intricate landscape and diverse ecosystems that invite us to understand its uniqueness. Stretching across the longitudinal center of Canada, Manitoba is bordered by 7 regions. It lies next to Saskatchewan, Ontario, Nunavut, North Dakota, and Minnesota. While large maps show a straight border with Saskatchewan, it comprises many right-angle corners. Manitoba's elevation ranges drastically. From the sea level on Hudson Bay to Baldy Mountain at 2,727 feet. The northern regions are largely covered by the Canadian Shield and permafrost, giving way to tundra just south of Hudson Bay. All of the province's waters flow into Hudson Bay. Among its large lakes are Lake Winnipeg and Lake Winnipegosis. Key rivers such as the Red and Assiniboine rivers enrich the province's ecosystem. Manitoba stands as the 6th largest province and boasts the 8th largest percentage of fresh water in Canada. The climate here is extreme, particularly in northern regions. While southern Manitoba supports agriculture, the north features coniferous forests and tundra. Historically, extensive drainage made south-central Manitoba arable farmland. Boreal forests populate the south, dominated by black and white spruce. Up north, black spruce forests thrive in the tundra, providing a habitat for polar bears in Wapisk National Park. Manitoba houses various ecozones and ecoregions. Among them are the Southern Arctic, Boreal Plains, and Prairies ecozones. Each ecoregion contributes significantly to Manitoba's biodiversity. Historically, Manitoba is pivotal to Europe's western expansion. The Hudson Bay served as a trading post during the fur trade era. The transition accelerated following the arrival of railways and European settlers in the late 19th century. The province is characterized by 2 key escarpments, the Pembina and Manitoba escarpments. The Pembina Mountains reach heights of 2,000 feet, while Baldy Mountain stands tall at 2,727 feet. Manitoba's climate varies. The south end sees cold, windy winters and warm, humid summers. This region can experience extreme weather conditions, including tornadoes. In fact, southern Manitoba reported 16 confirmed tornado touchdowns in 2016. Comparing average temperatures, cities like Winnipeg have a high of 26 degrees Celsius in July and a cold of 11 degrees Celsius in January. In northern areas like Thompson, warm summers reach 23 degrees Celsius, with extreme winter lows of 18 degrees Celsius. Today, Manitoba remains significant for its geographical and historical significance. Welcome to New Brunswick, a unique maritime province of Canada. Unlike its coastal neighbors, New Brunswick is characterized by its rivers and inland landscapes. Located in eastern Canada, New Brunswick shares borders with Quebec to the north, the Gulf of St. Lawrence to the east, Nova Scotia to the southeast, and the state of Maine to the west. This geographical positioning shapes its distinct climate and culture. Covering 72,908 square kilometers, New Brunswick's coastline is shaped by sandstone bedrock. The eastern areas are often flat with deep tidal inlets. 5 major river systems flow through New Brunswick: the St. John River, Petitcodiac River, Miramichi River, Street Croix River, and Restigouche River. The St. John River is particularly significant, being the second longest river along North America's eastern coast. In southeastern New Brunswick, the Kent Hills Wind Farm is situated within the Appalachian Mountain Range, showcasing the province's rugged terrain. The North Shore, along the northern seacoast, primarily consists of Francophone communities, with some English-speaking populations. The Appalachian Mountain Range influences much of the province's geography, featuring gentle hills and river valleys. The Chaleur Uplands and Notre Dame Mountains are key zones, with varying elevations and numerous small lakes. The lowland regions, primarily under 100 meters above sea level, contrast with the highlands. The St. John River system drains the western part of New Brunswick, supporting agriculture and providing energy through hydroelectric plants. This river, with notable tributaries, exhibits a unique phenomenon where tides cause water to flow upstream at the reversing falls. Further east, the Petitcodiac River and its tributaries flow into the Bay of Fundy. The tidal bore here is a captivating natural event, affected by construction that has altered the river's ecosystem. Miramichi Bay is the endpoint for the Miramichi River system, recognized for prime salmon fishing. This area effectively showcases the ecological richness of New Brunswick's waterways. The Restigouche River, flowing into the Bay of Chaleur, is another vital river system known for its fishing. Other smaller rivers contribute to both the Bay of Chaleur and the Northumberland Strait. New Brunswick's climate is classified as humid continental, with greater winter extremes compared to Nova Scotia. Summer temperatures can also soar, creating a varied climate across the province. Forests dominate the landscape, covering about 80% of the province, while urban centers primarily lie in the south. The upper St. John River Valley features the most arable land, key for agriculture. With nearly half of the population living in rural areas and growing urban adjacency, New Brunswick embodies a blend of community life and urban development. Many towns and cities thrive due to their proximity to navigable waters, which facilitates access to resources. New Brunswick is captivating, from its rivers and forests to its unique cultural landscape. Explore this province to uncover its beauty, history, and significance within Canada. Welcome to Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada's easternmost province. This unique region showcases stunning landscapes, rich natural resources, and a captivating history. Let's dive into what makes this place extraordinary. Newfoundland and Labrador covers a vast area of approximately 405,720 square kilometers. The province consists of 2 main parts, the island of Newfoundland and the region of Labrador. The Strait of Belle Isle separates these 2 geographical areas. Geologically, Newfoundland showcases a diverse terrain shaped by tectonic forces. The province features ancient metamorphic rock, evident in the famous Gros Morne National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This park exemplifies the incredible power of plate tectonics. Touching on climate, northern Labrador experiences polar tundra conditions, while southern Labrador is classified as subarctic. Newfoundland generally holds a cool, humid continental climate. Adventure awaits as you explore mountains, vast coasts, and intriguing flora and fauna. The capital city, St. John's, is nestled on the Avalon Peninsula. Half of the economy relies on rich natural resources, notably oil, minerals, and fisheries. The Grand Banks off the coast create one of the richest fishing grounds globally. Now, let's discuss the biodiversity in Newfoundland and Labrador. The island hosts a unique ecosystem with fewer mammals compared to Labrador. Keep an eye out for woodland caribou, Arctic foxes, and migratory birds in spring. Newfoundland is often referred to as the Rock. This nickname comes from the rugged landscape shaped by glaciers over centuries. The islands feature stunning cliffs, serene lakes, and breathtaking fjords like Western Brook Pond. Speaking of the waters, icebergs are a prominent spectacle. Annually, thousands of icebergs from Greenland's glaciers drift southward. Witnessing these majestic giants in early summer is a sight to behold. The fishing industry significantly impacts the local economy. Cod, halibut, crab, and shellfish contribute substantially to the province's GDP. Aquaculture has also emerged, producing salmon and mussels for the market. Culturally, the province is rich in history. Indigenous peoples, such as the Innu and Inuit, along with European settlers, shaped this region's vibrant heritage. With thousands of years of human habitation, Newfoundland and Labrador remain a tapestry of stories and traditions. In conclusion, Newfoundland and Labrador serve as a testament to nature's beauty and the resilience of its people. Whether you're exploring its dramatic landscapes, learning about its rich history, or indulging in its culinary delights, there's something for everyone. Are you ready to uncover the treasures of Newfoundland and Labrador? Plan your adventure today and immerse yourself in this remarkable province. Did you know that Nova Scotia's geological history spans over 1.2 billion years? This eastern Canadian province is rich in both geological features and cultural heritage. Let's explore its fascinating story together. Nova Scotia is a maritime province, uniquely shaped by its geography. It's connected to North America via the Isthmus of Chignecto, with Cape Breton Island lying to the east. The land has two main geological terrains, the Maguma Terrane in the south and the Avalon Terrane in the north. The geological evolution of this area is astounding. The Maguma Terrane was once connected to Africa, while the Avalon Terrane was part of Scandinavia. These terranes joined together during the Appalachian orogeny, forming diverse bedrock and coastal landforms. You can see beautiful examples of erosion here, where beaches and marshes are continually being formed and transformed. The impact of glaciation during the Quaternary period shaped much of the current landscape. Glaciers left behind drumlins and significant deposits across Nova Scotia's valleys, lakes, and hills. The coastline is a highlight, with rugged cliffs, sandy beaches, and diverse marine habitats. The Bay of Fundy, with its remarkable tides, is home to fascinating geological wonders. The tides can reach up to 49.5 feet. Sites like Joggins Fossil Cliffs offer insights into the region's prehistoric life and have earned UNESCO World Heritage recognition. Historically, settlement patterns in this region arose around water transportation. The Mi'kmaq Nation initially utilized coastal waters for fishing. Later, European settlers arrived, focusing on natural harbors for trade. Wars in the region led to the establishment of military settlements like Louisbourg and Halifax, marking important shifts in control. Nova Scotia's economy has been historically tied to its natural resources. For centuries, industries like fishing, mining, and forestry have flourished. Lobster and scallops are some of the largest catches today, while gypsum mining supports the construction industry. As we transition to a service-oriented economy, manufacturing is growing, particularly in urban centers. Tourism also plays a vital role, drawing visitors to its coastal beauty, forests, and historical sites. Nova Scotia has a unique climate. Surrounded by the Atlantic, it experiences cool summers and harsh winters, influenced by tropical storms and powerful blizzards. To sum up, Nova Scotia beautifully marries its rich geological history with its vibrant ecosystem and cultural heritage. It's a land of evolving landscapes, historical milestones, and abundant resources. If you're fascinated by this gem of Eastern Canada, consider visiting Nova Scotia. Experience its natural wonders and immerse yourself in its history firsthand. Geography of Ontario, the second largest province in Canada. Ontario, nestled in east and central Canada, spans over 1,076,395 square kilometers. It features diverse terrain, from the fertile mixedwood plains in the southeast to the vast boreal forests in the north. Surrounding Ontario are several borders. To the west lies Manitoba, with Hudson Bay to the north, Quebec to the east, and the United States to the south. Did you know that Ontario is home to 250,000 lakes? This includes a significant portion of Lake Superior, one of the Great Lakes. The province's highest point is Ishbotena Ridge, standing at 693 meters, while its lowest is at sea level along Hudson Bay. Ontario's population is predominantly located in the southern regions. Approximately 94% live in southern Ontario, particularly in the Golden Horseshoe area. This region alone houses over 9.7 million people. Toronto, the capital city, is the financial heart of Canada, while Ottawa serves as the national capital. The southern Ontario landscape is characterized by urbanization, with about 85.9% of residents living in cities. The land here is rich and has shifted from its original forest cover to farmland and urban areas. As we move north, the environment changes dramatically. The boreal shield dominates much of northern Ontario. This region is mainly covered by dense forests and features an intricate system of rivers and wetlands. Let's discuss the unique geological characteristics of Ontario. It's primarily composed of Precambrian rock, with the Canadian Shield covering about 61% of the land. This rock layer holds significant mineral deposits crucial for the economy. The Hudson Bay lowlands, found north of the Shield, cover 25% of the province and feature mainly sedimentary rock. Next, let's look at Ontario's diverse climate. The province experiences a humid continental climate influenced by three major air sources. This results in varying conditions across different regions. Southern Ontario enjoys relatively mild winters and warm, humid summers. The Great Lakes play a crucial role in moderating temperatures, providing abundant rainfall in the warmer months. Northern Ontario experiences more severe conditions, with long winters and shorter, cooler summers. Snow remains on the ground for a significant part of the year, particularly in regions furthest from the lakes. Severe weather isn't uncommon. Ontario averages about 18 tornadoes annually, with frequent thunderstorms in the summer, especially in the south. In conclusion, Ontario boasts a stunning range of geographical features, from its many lakes and rivers to its varied climate and geology. Have you ever heard of Prince Edward Island? This hidden gem offers stunning landscapes and rich culture. Let's dive into its unique geography and vibrant communities. Located in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, Prince Edward Island is known for its beautiful coastal scenery. Spanning 5,683.91 square kilometers, it features red soil, white sand, and lush, rolling hills. The island is home to 142,907 residents, with Charlottetown being the largest city. Prince Edward Island is often called the Garden of the Gulf. Its picturesque settings have captured the hearts of many, including famous author Lucy Maud Montgomery, who set her beloved novel, Anne of Green Gables, here. Now, let's explore the island's geography. It has 62 islands, with the highest point reaching 152 meters. The coastline consists of stunning beaches, red sandstone cliffs, and saltwater marshes. The beaches are made of unique white silica sand, which produces a distinctive sound when stepped on. The climate here is maritime, ensuring warm summers and chilly winters. July averages around 23 degrees Celsius, while January can drop to 3.3 degrees Celsius. These temperature swings create a dynamic weather environment, making every day unique. Throughout the year, visitors can enjoy many attractions. In summer, relax on the beaches or explore numerous golf courses. Autumn offers beautiful fall colors, while winter brings exciting snowstorms perfect for cozy days indoors. Agriculture plays a crucial role in the island's economy. Small-scale farms thrive, with an increasing focus on modern industrial farming. This balance helps maintain the island's landscape and community charm. As we wrap up, remember that Prince Edward Island is more than just a beautiful destination. It's rich in culture, history, and natural beauty. So, are you ready to explore this stunning province? Check out travel guides and plan your visit today. Quebec is a vast and beautiful territory in eastern Canada. It outshines many regions in size and biodiversity. Imagine an area nearly 3 times bigger than France. From the Arctic tundra to lush forests, Quebec has it all. The province boasts diverse ecoregions. These include the middle and low Arctic tundras, as well as the lush eastern Canadian forests and the captivating Hudson Bay taiga. Each region is unique, showcasing Quebec's natural beauty and richness. Quebec's geography varies greatly. The southern regions feature the Great Lakes Strait, Lawrence Lowlands and the Appalachian Mountains. Central and northern Quebec are predominantly covered by the Canadian Shield, home to numerous lakes and forests. Did you know Quebec's area is over 1.5 million square kilometers? That's about the same size as Alaska. Most residents live within the fertile St. Lawrence River Valley, where cities like Quebec City and Montreal thrive. The population density shifts as you move north. Nunavut, the province's northern region, is mainly inhabited by the Inuit people. The rugged terrain and icy conditions create a subarctic climate. Quebec's ecological regions also play a crucial role in its economy. The province is rich in resources, primarily lumber and hydroelectricity. Its forests are vital for the pulp and paper industry, drawing on the wealth of resources found in the boreal forests. Let's delve deeper into Quebec's climate. The southern portions experience a humid continental climate. In summer, temperatures can rise above 30 degrees Celsius, while winters are extremely cold, with snow covering the ground. The northern regions are colder, showcasing an Arctic climate. Severe winters can bring temperatures as low as 40 degrees Celsius. However, the beauty of this harsh climate supports a unique ecosystem. As we explore Quebec's vast wilderness, you'll find a rich variety of wildlife. From the majestic moose and caribou to the beautiful snowy owl, life thrives across the province. Freshwater lakes and rivers teem with fish, making it a paradise for anglers. And let's not forget Quebec's famous maple syrup. It's the world's largest producer of this sweet treat, all thanks to its mixed forests. With breathtaking landscapes, diverse climates, and rich resources, Quebec offers endless beauty. Whether hiking in the Laurentians or relaxing by a lake, there's something for everyone. So, what are you waiting for? Explore the natural wonders of Quebec today. Visit the parks, try the maple syrup, and indulge in its stunning scenery. Experience the magic of one of Canada's most loved provinces. Saskatchewan is the unique geography of the Canadian province. Prepare to discover its natural wonders and historical significance. Saskatchewan is located in North America. It is one of Canada's landlocked provinces, bordered by Alberta, Manitoba, and the Northwest Territories, plus 2 U.S. states, Montana and North Dakota. Its area ranks 7th among Canadian provinces. With a total land area of 651,036 square kilometers, it boasts a stunning diversity of landscapes. Roughly 90.8% of that area is land, while 9.2% is water, making it rich in lakes and rivers. The province features no coastline, creating its distinct boundaries. These borders, set in 1905, are nearly trapezoidal in shape. The province's highest point is Cypress Hills, standing at 1,468 meters. In contrast, the lowest point lies at Lake Athabasca, measuring 213 meters. The longest river is the Saskatchewan River, and the largest lake is, fittingly, Lake Athabasca, covering 7,935 square kilometers. Saskatchewan's name comes from its namesake river, which translates to swift-flowing river in Cree. The province can be divided into three major geographical regions: grassland, aspen parkland, and forests. Each region supports a variety of ecosystems and wildlife. Focusing on its borders, Saskatchewan's western edge aligns with the 110 degrees west longitude line. The eastern border has minor measurement errors, leading to a slightly irregular line. The southern boundary roughly follows the 49th parallel, established in the Treaty of 1818. Geologically, Saskatchewan falls into two primary regions: the Canadian Shield and the Western Canada Sedimentary Basin. The landscape features meteorite impact structures, including a large astrobleme at Carswell. Saskatchewan has a rich history of human habitation, with roots tracing back to 9,500 BC. Indigenous groups, including the Cree and Assiniboine, were early settlers. The arrival of Europeans in the 18th century brought trading posts and agriculture. Saskatchewan has a varied climate, characterized as temperate continental. Summers can be hot, while winters are notoriously cold. The province experiences events like tornadoes and severe storms, along with an impressive number of sunshine days annually. Climate change is an emerging concern, impacting forest biomass and agricultural practices. The provincial government actively works on climate action plans to mitigate these effects. Saskatchewan is known as the breadbasket of Canada due to its robust agriculture sector. The economy pivots around grains, livestock, and resources like oil and potash. Additionally, the province is home to diverse wildlife and numerous parks, supporting ecological preservation and recreation. A commitment to biodiversity ensures the protection of endemic species and habitats. In conclusion, Saskatchewan's geography tells a story of natural beauty, cultural richness, and economic significance. From wide prairies to deep forests, this province is an essential part of Canada's identity. Welcome to your journey through Nunavut, the largest Canadian territory. Its 1,994,071 square kilometers of breathtaking land in the North American Arctic. Imagine vast landscapes of islands and water, part of the Arctic archipelago. Nunavut became a territory on April 1, 1999. Before this, it was part of the Northwest Territories. Today, it ranks as the fifth largest country subdivision globally. If Nunavut were a country, it would cover an area larger than Saudi Arabia. Nunavut shares its land borders with other regions. It connects with Manitoba and the Northwest Territories. There's even a small border with Newfoundland and Labrador on Killiniq Island. Interestingly, it borders Greenland at Hans Island, marking a unique international connection. The geography showcases striking mountains, particularly the Arctic Cordillera. Barbeau Peak stands as Nunavut's highest point, providing spectacular views. This region features thin soil over the Canadian Shield, with many visible bare rock layers. Rivers and lakes are abundant here. They flow towards the Arctic Ocean and Hudson Bay. The lakes and rivers tell a story of young watersheds and post-glacial rebounding. Nunavut's climate is a polar one. The majority of the area experiences Arctic tundra. Exceptions include small taiga forests near Enadai and New Elton lakes. In higher elevations, permanent ice caps exist on larger islands. As for weather, temperatures fluctuate dramatically between seasons. For instance, Alert experiences July highs around 7 degrees Celsius, 44 degrees Fahrenheit, and winter lows reaching -48.9 degrees Celsius, -56 degrees Fahrenheit. The climate remains harsh, shaping the unique ecosystem. In terms of vegetation, expect to see hardy species adapted to extreme conditions. These include rare berries, lichens, Arctic willows, and various grasses. Nunavut's 2021 population census revealed a community of 36,858, predominantly Inuit. This cultural diversity adds to the territory's rich history and identity. In closing, Nunavut is not just a remote territory, it's a land of stark beauty and immense diversity. From glacial peaks to vibrant ecosystems, it invites exploration. Welcome to the Northwest Territories, a unique part of northern Canada. Located between Yukon Territory and Nunavut, this territory has a rich history and diverse geography. The Northwest Territories were established in 1870 from lands once held by the Hudson's Bay Company. Over time, it has been restructured multiple times. Alberta and Saskatchewan formed from it in 1905. In 1999, Nunavut split from it, creating the current boundaries. Yellowknife serves as the capital and largest city today, with a population of around 42,800. This territory offers breathtaking landscapes, including Victoria Island, the Mackenzie River, and magnificent lakes like Great Bear and Great Slave. A significant portion of the population consists of Inuit and First Nations peoples, whose culture is deeply connected to the land. The region's exploration began in the 18th century with Samuel Hearne and Alexander Mackenzie. They traveled seeking trade routes and resources. Early European settlers included whalers and fur traders. After oil was discovered in the 1920s, the economy shifted its focus to mining. The land was originally home to indigenous tribes who thrived through fishing and hunting. The Vikings may have been the first Europeans to explore part of the territory. Sir Martin Frobisher explored the Northwest Passage, and Henry Hudson discovered Hudson Bay. Over the years, explorers gathered rich geographic data about the area. Transportation and communication in the Northwest Territories can be challenging. Long winters freeze rivers, limiting navigation. While the Great Slave Railway and Mackenzie Highway connect to Alberta, air travel dominates commerce and travel. Frozen lakes also become temporary roads in winter. Geographical features play a significant role in the culture. South of the tree line, softwoods and minerals flourish. The tundra northward leads to a lifestyle steeped in hunting and crafts. Notably, the Mackenzie River flows 1,120 miles into the Arctic Ocean, and the territory houses two of the world's largest lakes. The climate varies greatly across the territory. The southern areas experience a subarctic climate, while the north has a polar climate. Summers bring mild temperatures, while winters are harsh, dropping below 30 degrees Celsius. Thunderstorms are common in the south, while the north rarely sees them. Agriculture struggles in the harsh climate, but trapping and fishing thrive. The fishing industry centers around Great Slave Lake, yielding lake trout and whitefish. Currently, minerals like oil, diamonds, and gold are the most valuable resources. The governance involves a 22-member legislative assembly, which elects a premier and cabinet. It also sends representatives to the Canadian Parliament. The laws reflect the needs and heritage of the land and its people. In summary, the Northwest Territories is a land rich in culture and natural beauty. Its history speaks of exploration, resilience, and community. From the vast tundra to vibrant cities, each element weaves a unique story. Discover the Northwest Territories' wonders, filled with adventure and history. Yukon is a fascinating territory in northwestern Canada. Home to incredible natural landscapes, a unique climate, and a rich history, Yukon is a gem waiting to be discovered. Yukon covers an area of 482,443 square kilometers. It's bordered by Alaska to the west, British Columbia to the south, and the Northwest Territories to the east. With a population of just over 40,000, it's one of Canada's least populated regions. The diverse climate varies across Yukon. The far north experiences an Arctic climate, while areas closer to British Columbia enjoy a humid continental climate. Winters are long and cold, while summers are brief and warm. One striking feature of Yukon is its breathtaking natural scenery. Endless forests cover much of the land, with alpine tundra in higher elevations. In the southwest, Kluane National Park boasts North America's largest non-polar icefields and Canada's highest mountains. Yukon is home to numerous mountain ranges, including the formidable St. Elias Mountains. Mount Logan, standing at 5,959 meters, is Canada's highest peak, enticing climbers and nature lovers alike. The rivers of Yukon are just as impressive. The Yukon River flows into the Bering Sea, boasting the longest freshwater migration route in the world for salmon. Significant lakes, like Teslin and Kluane, offer stunning settings for fishing, kayaking, and wildlife watching. Wildlife thrives in this vibrant environment. Yukon is famous for its diverse fauna, including caribou, moose, and bears. The region is a birdwatcher's paradise, hosting over 250 species. Whether you're out hiking or simply enjoying the view, be sure to keep an eye out for the common raven, Yukon's territorial bird. Economically, Yukon has a rich history rooted in mining. The Klondike Gold Rush in the late 1800s transformed the territory's landscape and economy. Today, mining remains vital, with active industries focusing on gold, lead, zinc, and more. Additionally, Yukon's indigenous peoples have a deep connection to the territory. Their rich cultures and traditions are woven into the fabric of Yukon's history. Today, about 20% of Yukon's population identifies as Indigenous, contributing to the territory's unique cultural diversity. However, Yukon's environment faces challenges. Climate change poses risks, leading to increased forest fires and melting permafrost. It's essential to prioritize environmental stewardship as we embrace Yukon's natural beauty. In summary, Yukon offers unforgettable experiences, from majestic mountains to abundant wildlife. Its rich history, indigenous cultures, and vibrant landscapes await exploration. Don't miss your chance to visit this spectacular corner of Canada. Welcome to our explainer video about Canada, the second largest country in the world. Are you ready to explore Canada's rich history, culture, and diversity? Let's dive in. Canada spans from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific and north to the Arctic Ocean. This vast land has a total area of nearly 10 million square kilometers. With a population surpassing 41 million in 2025, most Canadians live in large urban areas like Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. Canada has two official languages, English and French. Its capital is Ottawa. The country operates under a federal parliamentary constitutional monarchy, with Charles III as the monarch, Mary Simon as the Governor-General, and Mark Carney as the Prime Minister. Historically, Indigenous peoples have inhabited Canada for thousands of years, shaping a diverse cultural landscape. In the 16th century, European explorers began settling the region, leading to conflicts and the eventual formation of Canada as a federal dominion in 1867. With its strong emphasis on multiculturalism and human rights, Canada ranks highly in global measurements for quality of life and government transparency. The nation is known for its advanced economy, powered by natural resources, innovation, and international trade. Canada's climate varies widely from region to region. Winters are harsh in many parts, while coastal areas enjoy milder weather. Canada also boasts stunning natural landscapes, from the Rocky Mountains to expansive lakes and forests. Culturally, Canada embraces its diversity with art, music, and literature influenced by British, French, and Indigenous influences, and more. Popular sports include ice hockey and lacrosse, showcasing a love for both team spirit and competition. As we wrap up our brief overview, remember Canada is more than just a country. It embodies a harmonious blend of cultures and histories. Canada's history is filled with conflicts, adaptations, and transitions. It begins with the British colonial era starting in 1763. Following the Treaty of Paris, Canada became a part of the British Empire. The Royal Proclamation of 1763 expanded the territory, turning New France into the province of Quebec. In 1791, the Constitutional Act redefined it into Upper and Lower Canada. By the 1860s, with growing interest in unification, a new federation was proposed, culminating in the Confederation in 1867. However, other British colonies, like Newfoundland and British Columbia, remained outside this unity initially. The 7 Years' War was pivotal for Canada as it led to British dominance over French territories, renaming and restructuring them. Following the Treaty of Paris, Britain gained significant land, including the St. Lawrence Valley. Despite British expectations for the French population's assimilation, the Quebec Act of 1774 allowed them to retain their Catholic faith and legal systems, causing tension with the American colonies and shaping regional identities. The history of Acadia further underscores French-British entanglements, marked by expulsion and subsequent settlement patterns after war conflicts. In the lead-up to the American Revolution of 1775, Quebec showed mixed support for American patriots. While some Quebecois soldiers supported the revolutionary struggle, others remained loyal to the Crown, leading to skirmishes and shifting allegiances. After losing the Revolutionary War, many Loyalists sought refuge in Canada, significantly shaping its multicultural tapestry as they sought to maintain British customs and governance structures. Post-independence, political ideals of republicanism spurred reform movements, leading to the push for responsible government. By the late 1830s, widespread discontent led to the rebellions of 1837–38. Influential leaders like William Lyon Mackenzie spearheaded resistance against elite governance. Lord Durham's investigation following these uprisings identified cultural divisions as a central issue. His recommendations, implemented later through the Act of Union in 1840, aimed to unite French and English-speaking populations while establishing essential governance structures. Despite the mandate for unity, divisions persisted, leading to further calls for federation throughout the 19th century. The backdrop of the War of 1812 further solidified Canadian identity against American expansion. As exploration and trade flourished, British interests surged westward. By the mid-19th century, political characters like John A. Macdonald emerged, advocating for a federated Canada that balanced diverse interests. The Charlottetown Conference of 1864 marked a pivotal moment, leading to the creation of the Dominion of Canada on July 1, 1867, amidst fears of U.S. expansion. This emergence hinged on a delicate compromise aimed at fostering national identity and governance. Ultimately, the journey from colony to confederation reflects an evolving Canadian identity shaped by cultural negotiation and political practicality. Welcome to our exploration of British North America, spanning from 1783 to 1907. This period marks the evolution of British colonial territories in North America following the American Revolutionary War. After the Treaty of Paris in 1783, which recognized the independence of the 13 colonies, the term British North America emerged. This region included territories that would later form Canada and continued to exist under British rule until 1907. The capital was managed from London, and the primary languages spoken were English, French, and Gaelic. Christianity played a significant role, with Protestantism and Catholicism being the main denominations. Key monarchs ruled over this period, starting with George III from 1783 to 1820. Followed by George IV, William IV, Victoria, and finally Edward VII. Several crucial treaties shaped the history of British North America, including the Jay Treaty in 1794, the Treaty of 1818, and the British North America Acts in 1867 and 1871. These agreements facilitated territorial expansion and governance changes. The initial colonization by the British began in the 16th century, with significant settlements in Newfoundland and Virginia. By the mid-18th century, the British expanded their territories dramatically, especially after the 7 Years' War. The political landscape of North America was altered significantly with the capture of New France. This acquisition almost doubled British territory, impacting relations with Indigenous nations and other colonial powers. The term, British America, was prominent before the Revolution and evolved into British North America, post-1783. This transition highlighted the territories now under British control, leading to significant administrative changes, particularly as the Durham Report influenced Canadian Confederation in 1867. The formation of the Dominion of Canada on July 1, 1867, united New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and the Province of Canada into one constitutional entity. This law marked the beginning of self-governance in the region while maintaining the British Crown's influence. As we progress, you'll notice how British North America comprised modern-day Canada and Bermuda, with many territories ceded to the United States following conflicts like the War of 1812. With the growth of the British North America territories, by 1907, the only remaining colony was Bermuda. This shift reflected the movement towards Canadian sovereignty and the eventual creation of its constitution. Let's summarize the key points. British North America transitioned from British America following the American Revolutionary War. It evolved into a significant political entity leading up to the creation of Canada. Have you ever wondered how early conflicts shaped the foundation of North America? The French and Indian Wars, spanning from 1688 to 1763, were key to this history. These conflicts primarily involved Britain, its colonies, and Indigenous allies against France and its allies. The wars were driven by the quest for territory and control over the fur trade. The British and French competed for dominance of crucial interior territories. This battle for control laid the groundwork for future conflicts, including the American Revolution. The conflicts unfolded in phases. Starting with King William's War, 1688 to 1697, and followed by Queen Anne's War, 1702 to 1713, King George's War, 1744 to 1748, and culminating in the French and Indian War, 1754 to 1763. The latter was part of the broader 7 Years' War, which drastically shifted power dynamics. As the wars progressed, British forces gained the upper hand thanks to a stronger population and supply capabilities. However, the French effectively allied with indigenous nations, balancing the scales until their eventual defeat in the last conflict. The significance of the French and Indian Wars cannot be overstated. The British victory in this series of conflicts ultimately unstuck the ties between Britain and its American colonies. Without French threats, the colonies felt less need for British protection, fueling growing tensions that led to the American Revolutionary War. The warfare strategies employed varied greatly. At first, European tactics dominated, but colonial militias adapted by integrating indigenous warfare methods. This natural evolution in combat styles played a critical role in the outcomes of key battles. An essential aspect was the participation of indigenous nations. Many formed alliances with the colonial powers based on economic ties from the fur trade, creating complex interdependencies. These partnerships were not without significant cost, as they changed the lives and territories of many indigenous tribes. By analyzing these wars, we glean insights into colonial military organization. British forces comprised regular regiments and provincial troops, while the French relied on their colonial marines. Each side had to adapt to the unique challenges posed by North America's landscape. In conclusion, the French and Indian Wars were pivotal in shaping modern North America. The conflicts not only redefined territorial ownership but also altered relationships among indigenous nations and colonial powers. Understanding this history is crucial to acknowledge its lasting impact. Have you ever wondered how Canada became the nation it is today? Let's explore Canada's journey from ancient indigenous cultures to a modern, multicultural country. The story of Canada stretches across millennia. Indigenous peoples have thrived on these lands, developing rich cultures and trade networks. Their histories date back thousands of years. The late 15th century saw European explorers like Jacques Cartier arriving in North America. He claimed the land for France in 1534, which began the French presence in Canada. The first permanent settlements started in 1608. Fast forward to 1763, when the Treaty of Paris ended the 7 Years' War. France ceded control of Canada to Great Britain, drastically changing the political landscape. By 1867, Canada became a self-governing entity through confederation, joining New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. The name, Canada, was officially adopted, marking a significant step in its national identity. Canada continued to evolve. The Statute of Westminster in 1931 recognized Canada as a co-equal nation with the United Kingdom. The nation gained more autonomy, especially after the Constitution Act in 1982. Canada's multiculturalism reflects its diverse population. The blend of Indigenous, French, British, and immigrant customs shapes today's Canadian culture. Throughout the years, Canada has played a key role on the international stage, notably in peacekeeping efforts. The nation's commitment to multilateralism continues to define its foreign policy. In conclusion, Canada's history is a tapestry of cultures, conflicts, and growth. Understanding this journey enhances our appreciation of this remarkable nation. New France was a vast territory colonized by France in North America. It began with Jacques Cartier's exploration in 1534 and ended in 1763 with the Treaty of Paris. At its peak in 1712, New France comprised 5 colonies: Canada, Acadia, Hudson Bay, Terre Neuve, and Louisiana. Canada was the most developed, centered around the St. Lawrence River and including Quebec, Trois-Rivières, and Montreal. Initially, the focus was on extracting natural resources, especially furs, through trade with Indigenous peoples. Successful settlements emerged by the 17th century, particularly in Acadia and Quebec. The Treaty of Utrecht in 1713 saw France cede parts of Acadia and Newfoundland to Great Britain, sparking significant change. By 1754, New France had a population of approximately 69,000. However, the British expelled the Acadians between 1755 and 1764. Following the 7 Years' War, France ceded most of New France to Britain and Spain in 1763. Exploration began earlier, with Giovanni da Verrazzano's expedition in 1523 and Cartier's claim in 1534. The first attempt to establish a permanent settlement was Fort Charlesbourg Royal in Quebec in 1541, which ultimately failed. The population grew slowly but steadily thanks to natural births, with the 1666 census demonstrating a significant gender imbalance with 2,034 men to 1,181 women. The French crown encouraged family growth, sending the filles du roi, or king's daughters, to marry and settle. By the early 1700s, farming and fishing industries thrived under new governance, and a highway was built to facilitate trade. The population climbed to 55,000 by 1754 from natural increase and some immigration. Louisiana, explored by La Salle in 1682, also formed part of New France, but was less populated than Canada. In 1800, Napoleon sold Louisiana to the United States, closing a significant chapter of French colonialism. Conflict was a constant presence, with the Iroquois and other tribes often clashing with settlers. Despite hostilities, many Indigenous peoples had valuable trade relationships with the French. The Catholic Church played a vital role in New France, establishing missions and converting many Indigenous peoples. Jesuit missionaries sought not only to spread Christianity but also to secure trade routes. Public health in New France faced significant challenges. Although apothecaries and hospitals were established, disease frequently swept through settlements, leading to high mortality rates. By 1760, New France was firmly under British control after the surrender in Montreal. The legacy of New France continues today, particularly in Quebec, where French remains a dominant language and culture. In summary, New France's rich history is marked by exploration, settlement, natural resource extraction, military conflicts, and cultural exchanges that laid the groundwork for modern Canada. The end of New France highlighted the resilience of the French-speaking community and shaped Canada's identity. Have you ever wondered where the name Canada came from? You might be surprised at its rich history and fascinating origins. The name, Canada, is derived from the St. Lawrence Iroquoian word, Kanata, which means village or settlement. In 1535, Jacques Cartier, a French explorer, learned this term from indigenous people in modern-day Quebec. Initially, Cartier understood Canada as a reference to the village of Stadacona. From this small village, the term expanded to denote the entire region governed by Chief Donnacona. During the 16th and early 17th centuries, the term Canada referred to part of New France along the St. Lawrence River. This word appeared in European literature and maps by the mid-1540s. With the creation of British colonies in 1791, areas known as Upper and Lower Canada emerge. Together, they formed Canada until they united as the British Province of Canada in 1841. Fast forward to Confederation in 1867. The name Canada was adopted as the legal title of the newly formed nation at the London Conference. It was around this time that a title was bestowed upon the country, Dominion of Canada. This term was lifted from a biblical phrase and signified a territory governed under the British flag. The use of Dominion continued until the 1950s, when the United Kingdom recognized Canada more as a realm of the Commonwealth. In 1982, the Canada Act removed any lingering use of the term Dominion. The national holiday was also renamed from Dominion Day to Canada Day that same year. While the Iroquoian origin of Canada is widely accepted, alternative theories have emerged. Some early theories suggested that European explorers referred to this territory as Cá Nada, translating to nothing here in Portuguese or Spanish. Others proposed the name originated from the Spanish word cañada, meaning glen or valley. Other humorous or minor theories regarding the name Canada include links to the Karnataka region in India or various indigenous words that seem unrelated. However, solid historical evidence points to Kannada as the true origin. The use of Canadian as a demonym dates back to the mid-17th century, initially referring solely to indigenous peoples. Over time, this term expanded to encompass both French and English settlers. Cartier originally transcribed Kannada as Canada to describe not only the village of Stadacona but also the entire region. By the mid-1500s, European literature began using Canada to identify this territory. In the British North America period, the name gained official status. After the conquest of New France in 1763, the colony acquired the title of Quebec. Following the American Revolution, Upper and Lower Canada formed in 1791, collectively known as the Canadas. This was the first official instance of the name Canada under British rule. During the conferences in 1867, Canada was agreed upon as the name for the new nation, overshadowing other proposed names such as Anglia and Albionoria. As debates continued over whether Canada should be a kingdom or a Dominion of Canada won out due to its emphasis on allegiance to the British Crown, reflecting a desire for a balance between independence and royal connection. The usage of Dominion started to decline after World War II as Canada sought to establish its identity with greater autonomy from British governance. By the 1950s, Dominion had effectively fallen out of official use. Today, Canada is simply referred to as Canada, a name that symbolizes a rich multicultural history, a blend of Indigenous culture, French and English heritage, and the evolving identity of a nation. So, the next time you hear Canada, remember it carries with it a legacy of encounters, evolution, and unity. Embrace and celebrate the story behind the name that binds this incredible nation together. If you enjoyed learning about the origins of Canada's name, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more fascinating history.
Welcome to our channel. Disclaimer: this channel does not promote any illegal activities and all contents in this channel is for educational purposes only. Our channel based videos promoting for educational tutorials, famous quotes of the world, biological, historical and geographical facts, genius stories and biography. Please follow or subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for more videos. Thank you.